Wow. Standing ovation, you didn't expect that. First, I want to say thanks to Steve and to Greg and the entire Crown Council for having us here. It's truly a great pleasure to be able to share this stage with you. What I'm really present to is that everybody in this room is absolutely committed to making a real difference in people's lives by promoting oral health and healthier life choices. I think that's something we probably all share in common. In the 1800s, one of the greatest benefactors of humanity, Louis Pasteur, who coincidentally looks a lot like the guy from the Dos Equis commercials, the most interesting man in the world. Well, and he practically was at the time, but he discovered that the basic act of washing your hands, changing just one little habit, could make a dramatic difference in people's lives, and it could save literally millions of lives. Without that discovery, and the spread of disease run rampant, there's probably people here in this very room today who would not be alive had Louis Pasteur not totally changed the game by introducing something as simple as a bar of soap. So I can actually hear him say, "I don't always wash my hands, but when I do, I use soap." How do we make that sort of difference for people? How do we have that sort of impact? Tooth decay in children is by far the most widespread chronic disease of childhood. In fact, the rates are actually going up. They had been going down for decades, but what could we do about this? What would Louis do? He might say, instead of wash behind your ears, how about floss above the gum line and break up that bacterial cloud, kids? See, it's hard to describe this to kids and to parents without using big medical terms and lengthy descriptions. However, I had my own Louis moment not long ago when I came across floss that was packaged in a very unique way. And I brought it home, and from that very day, my two girls, 3 and 6, have been flossing ever since. They now have the habit. So I may not have as many leather-bound books as Louis Pasteur or be as popular at parties, but what I'm about to show you actually has the very real ability to be a game changer in oral health. Reverse the ratios, and hopefully make us all a little bit more Louis-like. Let me introduce you to gum chucks. You may have seen our table outside, but I'm going to give you a good description of what this is. Gum chucks, as you can see by that middle image, look like little miniature nunchucks, but they're attached to the tip with a 3/4 inch piece of dental floss. Now, right off the bat, I can tell you that besides all the great marketing you're about to see, the utility of gum chucks is like no other. As you all know, proper flossing requires making a C shape at the floss and wrapping around the tooth to get above the gum line, something flossing picks and flossers cannot do. They're straight. Gum chucks gives those with limited dexterity, including children, handles that provide for better leverage, keep the floss taut for smooth and gentle entry, avoid cut-off blood circulation from floss-wrapped fingertips, and get it done in about a fraction of the time. We have a belief at Oral Wise and at Gum Chucks that flossing children will become flossing adults. And giving them this tool at an early age dramatically increases the likelihood that they will adopt this healthy lifelong habit. So let me show you how it works. Gum chucks are a lot like the razor handle model. You've got a cool case, you've got 2 reusable handles, and you've got a cartridge reusable with 10 tips in it. Once the case is open, the user simply aligns the handles over the tips, push downs, clicks them on, twist of a wrist, he's flossing. Proper technique without putting his hands in his mouth. What's really cool too is a mom can actually grab the sticks and go in herself without putting her hands or the dad's hands in the mouth. Now here's the fun part. This actually turned out to be a little bit more fun than we thought it was going to be originally, but kids love ejecting the tips. You get to shoot them off and they go into the trash can. In fact, we have everybody giving us advice, and we need to come up with a target practice trash can. So who knows what will happen with that. We realized early on in this company that to truly be successful, we had to appeal to both buyers, the parent and the child. We had to be 1 part tool, 2 part toy. And since most children's dental products are simply repackaged adult products, we became committed to developing something much bigger, something that really appealed to children's native interests. And here's how we're doing just that. We developed a cartoon series with animated characters that live in Tonsiltown. Tonsiltown is a microscopic world inside the mouth of an international super spy. And like any story of good versus bad, you have your good guys like Plaque Man, we have Molar Bear, the Hygiene, Ninjarella, and the Philosopher. Now we have our bad guys too, and our bad guys are Ninja Vitus, Slime Shady, he's the real Slime Shady, And then we've also got Count Placula, who happens to be one of my favorites. And here's how we're tying this into the brand. Every Gum Chucks product comes with a collectible trading card. Now here's my Oprah moment. Look under your chairs. I'm joking. I'm totally kidding. But what you do want to do, sorry, you might offend a neighbor. Don't go under the chair. You got to come see us at our table, and we're going to give you a whole set, if you haven't already gotten them, of collectible trading cards. When you come pick up your free set of Gum Chucks starter kit, the Smiles for Life Gum Chuck starter kit. We have one for everybody in this room. Now, we also developed something very cool that will be available in the iTunes store in a couple weeks, an iPhone video app game called Gum Chucks Weapons of Plaque Destruction. This is no regular marketing app. We've developed all sorts of great atmospheres and environments. We put a lot behind this. This is very real gameplay. So, get to my next slide here. What's also cool is that our game and our website have the ability to talk to each other. So points that are earned in the game show up on the user account on our website, and they can be used as currency to buy extra merchandise, such as trading cards, stickers, and shirts. Future products. We've had a lot of requests for creating something with kids that have braces, so we've created orthogami. It will be coming out sometime in the near future. And orthogami is very cool. As you can see in the top right corner there, we've got our sticks. Those are our different custom handles. We have a sync top storyteller that actually tells you bedtime stories, and every story is connected to the next one, so it becomes a part of the kid's own idea to go in and hear what happened from the night before. We have Gum Chuck'ems, disposable bamboo gum chucks that you break apart like little chopsticks. Floss them when you're done, chuck them. We have something else that's a little too top secret to tell you about, but I'll give you a little hint. It has something to do with the adult market. Now, for you, the dental professional, Gum Chucks is such a great tool because it gives you the ability to have a conversation with your patients about oral health in a fun, fast, and effective way. And recently, we had the opportunity to share this with some of you in this room, but rather than tell you about the amazing reaction we've had from the dental community, I'm going to play you a quick 2-minute little video to show you what the reaction has been so far.
We kind of hand our kids a toothbrush at a very early age, but they don't have the dexterity for the flossing, so everyone grows up knowing to brush their teeth, but then by the time they're old enough to use the floss, they're already set in their habits and they don't want to floss.
Gingivitis is very prevalent in kids now, and to be able to treat that early is key, and to have something that's fast, fun, and effective for kids to use to help aid in that is great.
Gum Chucks, so excited. This is going to be wonderful for the guys. My son, his hands are too big. He's an adult. He can't get in there and floss very easily. This is going to be good for the kids. It's going to be good for my senior citizens. I don't see any age group this wouldn't help. I want to try them.
The exciting thing about Gum Chucks is that it is going to revolutionize the way that floss is being used, especially by children. But I think we can also introduce it for our adult patients.
Gum Chucks is a great product because it opens the door of conversation about oral health. And we know that's a movement in dentistry right now, so to have a product that allows us to have those conversations and bring up those points is a very valuable thing.
It actually is easy. We picked it up, we used it, we flossed our teeth, and just really 25% of the amount of time it might take for even a dentist to floss their teeth. And we could automatically tell it was more effective, that we were actually doing a good job, and we've all got them for ourselves. We're all taking them home, and we're all going to implement it in our practice. I'm really amazed at Gum Chucks. Now we know we can get kids to do it and also have an easier tool for adults.
What I liked about Gum Chucks was developing a routine as early as possible is going to hopefully develop a lifetime habit, as well as it made it fun.
We've already named each person in our practice one of the characters, and I get to be Ninderella. So.
Thank you. Now, I'm very proud to announce that this annual Crown Council event is actually our official launch. And so we want to work with you in 2 ways. One, we want to provide you with the Gum Chucks Profit Center that allows you to actually profit from the sale of Gum Chucks and all of our merchandise, whether it came from your office or our online store. We have the software to track who the sale came from and cut you a check. 2, we want to support you in your continued efforts to promote oral health in a way that allows us to implement social media tactics and increase web traffic. The cost of gum chucks normally for a regular case would be, for a case of starter kits, is $500. That's 100 starter kits. But for Crown Council members, we're taking $50 off that price, not just for today, but for every case you order for the next year. Also, if you become our program partner, we're going to match that discount as a $50 donation for every case you order to Smiles for Life for the next year. Let's see what that looks like. If we have 200 practices in this room participate with us, that's a $120,000 donation to Smiles for Life over the next year. $120,000. Imagine how that number will look as we grow. So I guess Louis Pasteur was right about one thing. If you can change one small habit, whether it be washing your hands or flossing every day, it can dramatically affect your life and the lives of countless others. And this is my personal mission as a dad and as a businessman who understands the power that popular products have and the difference they can make in the lives of others. This Gum Chucks is our opportunity to do this together. I want to thank Steve and Greg Anderson and the Crown Council, and thank you for letting me share with you what I believe will be a real game changer in the world of oral health. Please stop by our table, talk with us, ask us any questions you may have. Let's get you signed up and let's get started. Thank you.